Get ready to step onto the stage of destiny as the tale of souls and swords is eternally retold. Always wanted to say that.
Soulcalibur VI.
Greetings everyone, Pat Carey here from the Republic of Players, and today we will be taking a look at Soulcalibur VI, an enriching 3D weapon-based fighting game that brings the series back into the limelight after being dormant for some time. Soulcalibur VI is a soft reboot to the series, and is an updated retelling of the original Soulcalibur game. So basically Soulcalibur VI is Soulcalibur in disguise. It still follows the events of Soul Blade where Cervantes was defeated. After that event is what the game covers. It was greatly needed in my opinion after the rather poorly implemented story of Soulcalibur V. Revisiting the story of old and updating it was a brilliant idea, as it is a great way of introducing newcomers to the story, as well as refreshing the minds of the longtime fans of the series. The way the story is told in the Soul Chronicle is done in a simplistic manner, yet ever so effective. You have the main story which follows Keelik, Zhang, and Maxi. However, every character gets their moment to shine, except Inferno, with each character having a handful of chapters to show what is going on with them, and the way Soul Chronicle is laid out makes it easy to see what's going on through the timeline that is shown. It's one of the most satisfying fighting game story modes I've played through, and I hope this is how it will be continued going forward with the series. But hold your horses! A second story mode exists, and in a fighting game no less. That's actually surprising. Neat. This story mode goes by the name of Libra of Soul, where you create a character and travel the lands with your story slotting into the real story, even if it doesn't make sense to do so at points. Libra of Soul simply feels like filler in the game, especially if you do the side missions, as it just seems to drag on for an eternity, and I found myself mostly bored making my way through this. However, it does add to the world building of Soulcalibur as you travel around gathering details here and there. There is a total of 21 characters to choose from with the base game, with new characters being announced as DLC, which of course everyone loves. There is a great variety between all the characters, especially the new faces that make their first appearance in the series. Gra is a member of the Avil organization and wields a double saber, which are two swords connected together that can be split apart. He's quite easy and fun to play with. Then we have Zhang Zhao, as well, an intelligent if slightly insane person who can bring forth forgeries of Soul Edge and Soulcalibur, and is just a pleasure as a character to watch as well as to play with. He has a weird but wonderful moveset that allows him to really stand out. Of course, it wouldn't be Soulcalibur without the guest character appearance it is known for. This time, Geralt from the Witcher series makes his way into battle, and he was integrated exceptionally well within the story as well as a fighter. With this being a soft reboot, a lot of fan favourites made it in though, from Raphael to Talim and even Conor McGregor. They even captured the essence of how he speaks perfectly. There is no denying how good this game looks graphically. In my humble opinion, it is the best looking fighting game out there at the moment. From the characters themselves to the effects and auras that look stunning and add a sense of power to the characters that make the fights look so much more dynamic. The gameplay of a fighting game is its biggest component, and Soulcalibur VI does not fall short in this regard. In fact, it excels and captured what the series had been lacking for me since the third installment, and that is that it is an exceptionally fun fighter to play. The controls haven't changed too much. You still have the 8-way run and ring out systems. You have your horizontal and vertical attacks along with kick corresponding to each designated buttons. You have a button for guarding and can unbalance your opponent with guard impact. Reversal Edge is a new type of attack that allows you to evade strikes and then releases an attack of your own, which thrusts players into a game of rock, paper, scissors to see who gains the advantage. A reversal edge can be bested by a break attack though. You then have your bar, which charges up during battle and can be used for one of two things. Critical Edge, a super move that can be unleashed on your foe to deal out a sizable chunk of damage, or Soul Charge, which makes you slightly stronger and allows you to perform extended combos. It is a thoroughly smooth and satisfying experience and puts up there with the best of the best for fighting games. It simplifies how to do things to a certain extent, using every button it can, giving shortcuts to some moves, and it makes it a whole lot more accessible than other fighters out there. This game has a multitude of modes, from the previously mentioned story modes to the arcade mode, which consists of a total of 8 battles and is a great place to test yourself on harder difficulties. You have the training mode, which is where you go to master your favourite characters and really experience with what works. Also just to learn everything about the character you want to main so you can beat the living crap out of the competition in an unfair manner, only to realise that you wasted so much time on one character and have no idea how to counter, and then you just want to quit and scream into your pillow. You have Versus mode, where you can sort out any argument with your friends by going one-on-one for a few rounds. This type of mode is where you will get the most fun out of the game. It's when you play against others where the game truly shines. Then there are the online features, which consist of ranked and casual matches. Like Versus mode, these will get your heart racing as you fight to show what you're made of. The game has a great balance between characters. Never did I feel I lost unjustly. However, there is one character I can't abide, and that is 2B, who is another guest character from Nier Automata, who is such a cheap character and feels seriously unfair to fight against. Character creation is here, and while I'm not the biggest fan of modes like this in fighting games, it is definitely well fleshed out and can be used to be very creative. It's always fun going online and seeing what people have made. Heck, I came across some like Jeremy Corbyn, the GameCube, and Sephiroth, just to name a few. The community is really hammering away at this feature and making some fantastic stuff. If you enjoy creating characters, then this game is right for you with how expressive you can get. Now, one thing I must give high praise for is the incredible soundtrack that springs to life and is the definition of epic to me. It encapsulates the fight so well and captures the moments brilliantly. Some tracks are a great listen to outside of the game itself, which I don't find too often within fighting games. Soulcalibur VI is a return to form the series needed, with a heap of content for you to sink your teeth into. And while Liber of Souls is a bit frivolous, it is much appreciated that the developers, Project Soul, would put it in to extend the single player options of the game. The gameplay is smooth and responsive, and above all else is a blast to play, especially when playing against others. If you're looking for a fighting game that is worth every euro it costs, then Soulcalibur VI is the game for you. The game is available on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Soulcalibur VI is a must-buy game, especially if you are a fan of the fighting game genre. If you are looking for games similar to Soulcalibur VI, games such as Tekken 7, Street Fighter V, Dragon Ball FighterZ, and Injustice 2 are what might scratch that itch of yours. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to subscribe to the Republic of Players, where we have a multitude of content from different creators, from first looks at games to our weekly podcast and couch ops. Also, if you enjoy talking anything gaming, be sure to head on over to our Facebook community, where we talk everything gaming. That's all for now. Until next time, have a good one.